Hi, I want to talk with you about, I want to discuss with you a topic that is a personal topic and that is a problem for me currently. I have a fundamental flaw in my understanding, and that is that I don't understand the world as I should be, and I should understand the world through reasoning, and reasoning through should guide me. And there is a difference between entrepreneurs and employees in their learning style. Entrepreneurs learn through their understanding and through what they think is the right solution. They tinker their way through their to understand things, and understanding things and intellectual pursuits are secondary and they come later in life. And when you There are multiple ways to become an entrepreneur. One way is to start early, like I did, and I did it with tinkering and with experimentation. And if you do it this way, your understanding may develops and your abilities significantly improve over time, and your knowledge develops. And it depends on the company you run. You can achieve intellectual pursuits this way and achieve a good outcome in money. And I run my company, and now I want to become a complexity scientist. And to become a complexity scientist, I have to make improvements in my memory. And today I found a study that mental calculation is the reason for, or the causality for, working memory. It's the potential, it might be the causality at all for working memory performance. And working memory performance is the reason why um, why attention works. For example, in ADHD, there are theories about that working memory is causal for attention. So you can increase your attention with working memory training, and you might can increase your IQ with memory training when you do it at a young age. And exactly, and today I found out that I want to become a complexity scientist because this is the only practical solution to my problem. The problem is that I don't have things to do, and doing mathematics is not sufficient to to develop my to invest enough time or to spend enough time to make a living out of it. I can do mathematics and I can run my company, for example. This would be sufficient, and this are this would be enough. But I have the optionality for complexity science, and I can become a complexity scientist. And this is an open question. What should I do? Should I become a mathematician or should I become a complexity scientist? And for example, work in psychology, do complexity science psychology like I do with my film, and do the science, or do science and economics. And these are options, and there is optionality for becoming a complexity scientist in the sense that I understand the fundamentals in, or that I learn how to think like a complexity scientist. And but there might be also the solution becoming a psychologist, and I don't know the answer. They don't tell me the answer. What's the solution? What's the best solution for me? I probably have to find it out on my own, and time will tell. When I train my working memory and my spatial working memory and everything, if it works out, if the science is correct, then there might be an application for my film. And if I train my memory again, I can improve my reading skills, and my reading skills have to develop, and you develop your preferences by gaining more information. And the question is, where have you gained information in the past? What are you thinking about? What's what is your talent? These are questions you have to ask to understand your preferences, and this is where what you can study, for example, or what you can do with your life. You have to think about what are your preferences and what do you want to do. There are several factors that you have to include in your thinking. One of them is how much money you want to earn, and if you really want to earn a lot of money, you have to become an entrepreneur, or you have to invest. And to invest, you need some greed and some financial interests. And yes, I don't know whether I should become a complexity scientist or a psychologist. The point is, I have to read, and I have to read based on my preferences. And my preferences are psychology, complexity science, and it was philosophy. But I can't, I can't walk anymore and think. And this is the most fundamental aspect of becoming a philosopher. And this is the reason why I can't become a philosopher anymore. I would learn philosophy and mathematics, but this is no option. So I have to read, and I have to become a reader. And the question is, what should I read? And Claire gives me also some insights about what should I read, because she is a psychologist and she understands politics, for example. I'm not that interested in politics because I don't see that the individual has so much to contribute. But I can consider to think about becoming a psychologist in the sense that I become a speaker about psychology, and I might do some psychoanalysis as a CEO in my firm and apply the. I don't know why I should learn psychology exactly, but this is simply for fun. I have to pursue my intellectual interests, and I can't do mathematics alone. This is not sufficient, but it might work out when I also run my company. But then I have to read, and how do I, what do I read? I have to read based on my preferences. And my preferences are psychology. I like to read psychology because I'm interested in it. But there are no, not necessary um, pursuits in. I'm tired. Pursuits in a job, or you learn also psychology through your job, and I can learn the theoretical foundation about psychology. And the best solution might be that I become a complexity scientists. But I see some reason why I should become a complexity scientist, and it's an open question for me. I stumble across my goal, and it takes quite a lot of time to become who I am. I have the mathematical ability, but possibly not the spatial working memory ability. There might be a problem, but the person could do mathematics, and I need a reading ability, and you become a reader by gaining information and figuring out how it relates to your past information that you gained. And this is a memory exercise, and this is why you have to train your memory to become a better thinker. There are several factors that are involved in your in your thinking, and one of them is concentration. But concentration is not sufficient to to let you think. You need memory, and memory is an ability that can be trained through several methods. And working memory is one of them. You train your memory by training your working memory, and you train your attention by training your working memory. And these are multiple ways how you can train your working memory, and this might also lead to an increase in IQ because IQ and working memory highly correlates. Okay.